Hello, my name is Song Yanzhen, and there have the 30 question and the answer of the movie The Last Samurai. And this is the text 3. So, number one question: do the samurais practice individualism or collectivism? My answer is the samurais oppose the westernization of Japan and the elimination of the extinct samurai system. In terms of the individualism, it can be observed in the final movie scenes that the samurais engage engage in a fierce battles against the modern Japanese army without any retreat or surrender. This, despite their small number of only 500 warriors, they courageously charged into the cannon and firearms ahead, demonstrating the spirit of Bushido in terms of collectivism. The samurai lead discipline, lives and unquestionably obeys the order of their leader, showcasing absolute ob- obedience within the group. And the second question is, what is the power distance in the culture of samurais? My answer is, in the movie, many Japanese samurais belong to the lower class and reside in a village. They lack modern facilities and electricity. They rely on their own labor and men men use weapons such as samurai sword and bow and arrow. In contrast, the Imperial Army had American military advisor on modern firearms and better living conditions. And the third question: what is the power distance between Captain Nixon and his superior, uh, Colonel Beckley? My answer is Colonel Beckley is a rank of colonel and is also the commanding officer and the superior of Captain Nathan. Colonel Beckley had previously ordered Nathan to kill many Native Americans, children, and women during the Indian War. Therefore, in the movie, allows Nathan work and trains Japanese soldiers with Colonel Beckley. He harbor considerable resentment and dissatisfaction toward him. However, he still has to follow his orders. And for question, do the samurai uh, practice low or high context culture? My answer is regarding the high context culture after Kazumoto captured Nathan. He doesn't immediately kill him, but instead bring him back to his village. He engaged in daily conversation with Nathan, allow him to train in martial art and art and are rich alongside the samurai experiencing the culture of Bushido firsthand rather than being hold the answer directly. The term of the low context culture when Nathan passed um, trauma resurface in Kazumoto village and there is no alcohol available. He started yelling and cursing when he speaks to um Machugu's wife, Taka. He directly apologized for accidentally 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 killing her husband. And five question: does Captain Nathan practice low or high context culture? Um, the number five answer is in the low context culture aspect. Nathan developed a strange affection for Taka, even though he accidentally killed her husband. Through his long-term care for her, he became fond of him. Nathan sincerely apologized, hoping to gain Taka forgiveness. In a high context culture aspect, when vaccine Emperor Mingzi, the final scenes mention that Nathan refused to reveal how um, Morihiko Tatsumoto dies, but is willing to recount how he lived remarkably embodies the spirit of Bushido. And the sixth question is how do the samurais practice eh, perceive the relationships amongst person, ghost, and God? The answer is when Kazumoto leads the samurai to ambush the Japanese armies in the forest near the railroad. They first pay respect to the deity, hoping for the safe return. They also believe that after death, a person becomes a ghost. Therefore, they provide a proper burial and commemoration com, commemoration for the samurais who died in battle. They have a clear sense of discipline among individuals and within the group, and the violation of rule are met with punishment. But they also deeply care for one another. In a world when Nobu, Nobukata Katsumoto is seriously wooden. They no, he he sacrificed himself to cover the samurai's retreat. And the seventh question is amongst past orientation, present orientation, the future orientation. How do the samurais perceive these types of orientations? My answer is in, in terms of sorry. In terms of the past orientations, the samurai strangely oppose the imperial decrees to abolish the samurai's sword, sword. Under Kazumoto's leadership, they leave the imperial rules and become a resistant force. In terms of present orientation, the imperial is failing commit to westernization, simulate no sorry as the time replacing many militaries and daily life equipment with modern technology. They ex, extensive higher water military advisor to assist the transformation and progress of the Japanese army in terms of future orientation. Kazumoto used seppuku to survey to the imperials the pride the price of the Japanese Bushido, emphasizing the importance of the traditional culture. And the eight, um, How do the samurai use physical touch to communicate with Captain Nathan? Um, Actually, after Nathan is captured by Kajimoto, he faces exclusion for from the samurai due to the culture and the language barrier, barriers. Um, Simon Gretham survived as Nathan interpreter and has been con- the um, documenting Nathan experience in Japan. Negative Nathan Rosu to impart the principle of using um, gentleness to overcome strengths in Bushido. Morizuku Kazumoto frequency against in discussion with Nathan about the nature of war and the sorry, and the spirit of Bushido. And the nine, um, how does Captain Nathan use physical touch to communicate with the people around him? My answer is at the beginning, when Nathan lacked translator and doesn't know Japanese, he communicates with Taka-san through body language, and indicates several facial expression to convey his meaning. During training with the samurai, he showed respect through um, salute, 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 and touch different parts of his body to express spe- specific need. And 10. How do the samurais use gesture to posture to communicate with Captain Nathan? When Nathan is in Kajimoto village, there is senior samurai who is constantly again assigned to a complaint him and who Nathan named Bob. So Bob never speaks to Nathan. He conveys his intent messages through hand, and the body language indicate direction. Similar uh, Ujo, Ujo um, use eye contact and body movement to demonstrate how Nathan should correct correctly using the samurai sword and evade evade attack. Sorry, let me drink the water. Number 11. How are ice content used by Captain Nathan, Takat, and use the samurai? When Nathan and Takat make ice content, it is very awkward because Nathan was actually killed Takat's husband, leaving her two young kids without a father. However, as Takat accepts, Nathan apologized, realizing he is a sympathetic soldier without ill intention. A chance encounter um, occur occur when Nathan sees Taka's vaccine, led to a moment of ambiguous and awkward eye contact between them. And 12. What kind of the light habit culture does Captain Nations bring into the village of the samurai? On one occasion, When Takat is struggling to carry a heavy rice um, barrels into the house, Nathan comes forward to help. Takat is surprised seeing Japanese men use don't assist with household uh, chores. And by the way, the Nathan say he isn't a Japanese man, and at the time bring a sense to humor into their interaction. He happily played and joked with the children, introducing the friendly and warm culture of America into Taka home. The final question in the movie, samurai tend to wear masks when they go to battle. What is the effect of wearing mask in the battle? When the samurai wears mask, they become even more fearless, and in the battle, they believe that they are accomplishment, um, um, accompanied by spirits and can swift kill their enemy. Wear masks, wear masks, which are often frightening, giving the samurais more courage to charge forward without fear of the leader commanded, and it became one of the way to embody and spirit of Bushido. Thank you.